Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your timeless relationship profile reading. This is the Dream Medium. I hope all of you have been safe and well. So in this reading, we are going to talk about what happened in the past, what's happening presently, and what will happen in the future between you and your love interest. This reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Venus. Past, present, and future reading for Capricorn and their love interest. Past, present, and future reading for Capricorn and their love interest. So this is your past spread. You have the Hangman, King of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. This is your present spread. You have the Page of Cups, the Fool card, and the Three of Swords. And over here, I'm just going to put your future spread. So starting with your past spread, what happened between you and your love interest in the past? The first card in this spread is the Hangman. So clarifying the Hangman, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Clarify the Hangman. You have the Chariot. So starting with the Hangman. Now the Hangman does represent a person who is sort of at a standstill. I do feel like in the past, this energy was being carried between you and your love interest where, you know, both of you were not taking action towards each other. I do feel like the both of you were emotionally still struggling with this connection. So even if the two of you may have not been communicating or taking action towards one another, it doesn't mean that emotionally this connection was not, you know, having an effect on you. In clarity of the Hangman, you do have the Knight of Pentacles. So here's the thing, Capricorn. I do feel like in the past, your love interest did want to give you an offer, but every time I look at the Knight of Pentacles, I keep on hearing fear. So it's almost like your love interest perhaps was fearing what your response or reaction would be towards them if they were to come towards you. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is typically a slow energy, and I do feel like the reason why they were cautious is because of the tension, because things most likely didn't end well between you and them. So the reason why they're coming out as this Knight energy is really because they lacked confidence towards coming to you. Next, you have the Chariot that also clarified the Hangman. So the Chariot is my action card, right? Typically, as the reader, every time I see the Chariot card, I always pick up on this energy where a person is preparing to take action, to move towards someone. So it's quite interesting that the Chariot is clarifying the Hangman. This is simply representing what a person is thinking, what a person is wanting to do versus what their actions are actually showing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like your person may have not been, you know, showing you or at least taking action physically towards you, but mentally and especially emotionally, they were definitely trying to strategize and plan how can they come forward where the two of you can reconcile. So next you have the King of Cups. Let's see what's going on with this King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups. Ooh. The Knight of Swords. Clarify the King of Cups. And the Death card. You have a lot of dramatic cards in your spread, Capricorn, so perhaps in the past your love life could not give you a break. But with this King of Cups here, this is the energy of your love interest. And I'm really glad that I'm picking up more on their energy. That way, if you did need clarity on how they felt towards you in the past, there you have it. Because with the King of Cups, this person, I really don't I strongly feel like they never really moved on from this connection. But it may be hard for you to believe that because I feel like Capricorns, you were patiently waiting for them to react, for them to give you some kind of, response, like come towards me, communicate, let me know how you feel, and they didn't. But remember, with that Chariot and the Hangman, it's like physically they may have been at a standstill, but I do feel like emotionally this person was just trying to figure out how can they come towards you in a way that would, pretty much resolve any problems, or cool down the tension between the two of you. So, with this King of Cups, like I said earlier, this is your love interest energy where they were wanting to come in and give you a solid offer. One thing that I do like about the King of Cups is that, when the King of Cups gives a person his offer, and these cards are not gender specific, by the way, but I just feel like with the King of Cups, when a person carries this energy, they are certain as to who they want to be with. It's very rare seeing the King of Cups giving his or her offer to just anyone. So, in clarity of the King of Cups, you do have the Knight of Swords. Now, really, what I'm seeing here, the Knight of Swords, I really feel like this is your energy, Capricorns, where I feel like you indirectly push this person away, as in every time they try to come towards you or they try to give you some kind of hint that they wanted to give you an offer or that they wanted to reconcile, you would do things in a way that would make them feel like, okay, perhaps I shouldn't go towards my Capricorns. The reason why I say that is because this Knight of Swords energy, I'm strongly feeling like it's your energy that you were carrying in the past, Capricorns. And the reason why I say that is because this is a very swift energy, this Knight. And, I do feel like because you were more emotional than you were logical at that point in time, you actually ended up kind of acting out of character or doing things out of character, which really made this person feel like perhaps I've lost my chance with my Capricorn. I feel like with this Knight of Swords energy, Capricorns, it's like you were definitely hurting, but I just feel like you were more so fed up with the, you know, it's like you were frustrated, but you were more so fed up with how long it took for them to come towards you. So when they did come towards you, it's like you just didn't find it valid anymore to give them a chance. In clarity of that King of Cups, lastly, you have the Death card that clarifies it. So the Death card is really, I mean, it's a very straightforward card. It's saying that there is an ending here between you and your person. And I do feel like it's because of your indirect rejection that really made them, take a step back from you. Next, you have the Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups. I'm hearing confusion. Ooh, Tower card. I was hearing confusion when I looked at the Nine of Cups. So I do feel like, okay, with this Nine of Cups, Capricorns, oh my goodness, we're going to have a talk, because this Nine of Cups energy is the energy of your love interest. I do feel like when you rejected them, and remember, I kept on saying indirectly rejected them. So you may not have literally told them, I don't want to be with you, but it was shown through your body language, through your reaction towards them when they would try to come towards you. And so they were very hurt by that. They were very hurt by, your indirect rejection, because the Nine of Cups is saying you're dealing with a person who does not know how to deal with their emotions. This person does not like feeling vulnerable. It's very hard for them to actually fall in love with someone. So the fact that they were in love with you and things didn't go well between the two of you, I'm not putting the blame on you whatsoever. I'm just trying to get you to understand their point of view. They took the rejection, very, very harshly. And the reason why I say that is because they were so heartbroken to the point where they ended up acting very reckless in order to suppress their feelings for you. For example, I see this person with this Nine of Cups energy. I see them dibbling and diving in things that they shouldn't have done. So, for example, they could have been, entertaining other people, having flings, putting themselves in very unhealthy connections simply because they needed to, move on from you, but they didn't know how. I really feel like your person tried to get a rebound. I really see them like definitely mixing and mingling with people that they knew they were not in love with, but perhaps they just needed the time to go by. They were just hurting, Capricorns. In clarity of the Nine of Cups, you do have the Ace of Swords. So this is the interesting thing about your person, Capricorn. The fact that they will intentionally do the opposite of what their heart is telling them to do. It's almost as if deep down, as much as they were trying to get over you, deep down, they hoped that in the end, the two of you would come back together. But they were like, for now, I need to get my mind off Capricorn. So really, the Ace of Swords is just representing that this is a person who felt like this connection was worth the pain. As much as they couldn't tolerate the pain, at that moment, they knew that deep down they just couldn't let you go. So it's a sticky situation, because it's like, if you really wanted to fight for this, then why did you go and start, putting yourself in third party situations and dealing with other love interests? But deep down, they knew that in the future, that eventually this was something that they would go back to. Okay, they knew that they would go back to you. You're dealing with someone who's very complex, to be honest, Capricorns. In clarity of the Nine of Cups, you do have the Knight of Cups. So I do feel like in the most recent past, this definitely recently happened, because the Tower card is telling me that they left a situation. They definitely broke up with someone, definitely left a connection. The interesting thing, though, about this Tower card is whoever this third party is, this other person who they were dealing with, it's like they knew that your person would leave them to come back to you. Okay? And so with the Knight of Cups here, it's almost like, whoa, it's almost like they had some kind of, I don't know, deal with each other, or some kind of understanding that this was something that isn't serious, or like, how do I say it? This is interesting. The dynamic between your person and this third party is so interesting, because it's like your person definitely left them recently, but what my intuition is picking up is that this was already like understood between the two of them. The third party knew that your person would leave them for you. I don't know how they knew that. Maybe they've just done their research and they knew it all along, that, their heart was for you. Or perhaps your person made it clear to them from the very beginning that this was something that was just going to be, light and something for fun, nothing too serious. But that's very interesting. But back to the point, really, this Knight of Cups is just saying that your person is definitely headed towards you, Capricorn. So I'm very excited to see what is happening presently, because this definitely occurred, especially this Tower moment, them breaking up with this third party. I feel like it just happened very recently. So next you have the Page of Cups, the Fool card, and the Three of Swords, representing what's happening presently between you and your love interest. So starting with the Page of Cups, Pages represents communication. So let's see what's going to happen here. Ooh. Four of Pentacles. Five of Swords. So, like I said, with the Page of Cups, pages does represent a form of communication. So, I do feel like if this hasn't happened already, because this is your present, but it's going to be different for everyone since this is a very general reading. So, with the Page of Cups here, I'm definitely picking up that this is the energy of your person where they will be coming towards you, or they have already came towards you to give you an offer. Now, be cautious though, because the Page of Cups, typically I see this as a distraction. It's like when they come in to give you this offer, I do feel like this person will expect you to just, take them back with open arms. And I mean, I'm a Capricorn sun, so this just doesn't sound realistic. Like, they caused so much trouble, and for them to come back to my Capricorns, I'm pretty sure that the majority of you guys will be like, wait a second, you're gonna have to take accountability or give me some kind of explanation for why you did what you did in the past. In clarity of the Page of Cups, you do have the Empress. So I do feel like your person has made up their mind that, like I said about this Nine of Cups, where was it? Yes, it was the Ace of Swords. Remember how I said with the Ace of Swords, they were hurting in the past, and that's why they were going against what their heart really wanted. But it's like deep down, they knew that this is something that was worth the pain and worth the trouble. It's just that temporarily they really needed to find something to get their mind off you, or at least to, ease the pain. And that's why they ended up starting really unhealthy situations or connections with other people. So it's like with the Empress here, they have always seen you as the Empress, someone who they want to, settle down with. The Empress provides or brings stabilities to others. And so they definitely see what you can bring to the table. So in clarity of that Page of Cups, you also have the Four of Pentacles. I definitely see this person trying to get your attention, Capricorns. It's, in case there's any cross watchers that's viewing this reading, the only thing that I'll say is try very hard, because I know my Capricorns. I mean, I'm a Capricorn sun as well. And I know that it's very hard for you to not take accountability when you're dealing with Capricorns, because they can be very, very serious, or we can be very serious people. So the Four of Pentacles is really your person trying to get your attention, because they're viewing you as this Empress and they want to come in to have stability with you. Next, in clarity of the Page of Cups, you also have the Five of Swords. So this is definitely pertaining to that very crazy third party situation, right? Because with the Five of Swords here, I feel like, okay, it's going to be half and half. I feel like you have either rejected this person, and if these things hasn't happened already, don't worry, because it's general. So for some of you, it already happened, because this is a present spread. For others of you, it will happen very, very soon. But with the Five of Swords here, this is definitely relating to the third party situation where Capricorns, presently you're feeling like, hey, I left that situation. I took myself out of that love triangle because I know my worth. And now that you're coming back, what do you want from me? So half of you, I can predict that half of you, you're going to give this person a hard time, but later on you will give them a chance. And for my other half of you, you will choose to reject them and continue moving on. That's just a little prediction, but we'll see what's going to happen in your future spread. Next, you have the Fool card. This is all about risk taking, okay? Someone here is trying to take a risk. This is your person. They're very passionate about you, Capricorns. I can feel it. But this is someone who definitely had a troubled past with you. So like I said, with this Fool card here, they are taking a risk with you. They are coming towards you. In clarity of the Fool card, you do have the Ten of Pentacles. So this person does not only see you as their Empress, but they see you as this Ten of Pentacles, someone who they could have a future with. They believe that this connection could be long-term, settling down with each other, having a family. They want those things with you. And so In clarity of the Fool card, you also have the Moon. Now, the Moon card, this is not something that you should really be concerned with. What I'm hearing from the Moon card is the fact that they have been feeling this way about you for so long, but they never made it clear to you. So when this does happen, for some of you, I feel like you always knew that this person had strong feelings for you, but you just needed reassurance. You just needed confirmation. Like I said about this Nine of Cups, you're dealing with an individual who does not like to be vulnerable. It's very hard for them to fall in love. So the fact that they are in love with you and in the past they were hurt by you, just try to be understanding. I'm not saying that they were right or that you're right. This is not the point of the reading, but the Moon card is just saying that these feelings are not anything new. It's just that to some of my Capricorns, it'll come as a surprise, considering that they felt this way for so long and they didn't tell you. Next, you have the Three of Swords, the infamous Three of Swords, representing heartbreak that most likely stemmed from a third-party situation. King of Cups, King of Wands, excuse me. This is the King of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Strength card. So this is definitely a third-party situation. In clarity of the Three of Swords, you do have the King of Wands. Now, as I look at the King of Wands, your person right now is feeling so embarrassed and so ashamed, Capricorns. And I really feel like it's because they're reflecting on their actions in the past and they're like, man, I was so stupid. Like, why did I just make things worse? I feel like they made things worse. I feel like this is someone where they do one thing wrong and instead of them fixing their mistakes, they continue to do really reckless things. Like I said, you're dealing with a person who can be very immature when it comes to the way they handle their feelings. So with the King of Wands here, this is a person, now that they are a king, notice how in the past they were a knight, now they are a king, so we can at least say that they are a little bit more mature. Because the King of Wands here, this is a person who's feeling very guilty, but they're defensive because they know deep down that they were in the wrong and they're hoping that regardless of their mistakes in the past, that they will still be able to get the outcome that they want with you. In clarity of the Three of Swords, you also have the Page of Pentacles. Isn't this like the second page card that you got representing communication? So like I said, with this Page of Pentacles, they definitely want to communicate with you. They want to persuade you to give them another chance. They want to communicate. Lastly, you have the Strength card. So I do feel like your person is getting a little bit of their karma because their life has been really upside down recently, especially considering this Tower card that happened in the most recent past between them and that third party. Things have not been going well in their personal life, and so for them to come towards you and admit that they were wrong, it's a big ego bruise because they're already feeling guilty. They messed up so many times, time and time again, and so they're just gonna have to swallow their pride and come towards you and apologize and try to fix this. So Capricorns, I really do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that this really gave you a better understanding of your situation. This future spread will be revealed in the extended reading. Okay, so if you guys want to find out what's going to happen in the future between you and your person, you are more than welcome to visit my website. The link is in the description box. Once you visit my website, you will see your option to view the extended reading. Okay, so yes, for the extended reading, we're going to go a little bit more in depth as to what's going to happen in the future between you and your love interest. It is only $4.99. So if you're interested, visit my website. Link is in the description box. Okay. Or if you're interested in a private reading, you're more than welcome to visit my website as well. You'll see the variety of private readings that I offer of all prices. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel. Thank you so much, Capricorns, and you guys have a great day.